Chapter 10. How to use Photoshop. A warmer wall race. Your teacher will divide the students into 4 groups. Before you start your wall race, your teacher will give you time to discuss in pairs about Photoshop for 7 minutes. After that, every student in each group will in turns race to the wall where the teacher has attached a piece of paper and write a noun or a verb related to photo editing. The group that writes most nouns/verbs is the winner. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4 crop enlarge blur photo. B. Vocabulary Builder. C. Pronunciation practice graphics edit daunting image alter isolate spot task. Enhance your vocabulary. Write down the synonyms of the following words. You may consult your dictionary. Graphics edit daunting image alter isolate spot. Enhance excellent crop fraction of the time the clarity opacity saturation accurate. C. Pronunciation practice. Task 1. Listen and repeat after your teacher. Listen to your teacher pronouncing these words. Repeat after him/her. Daunting. Enhance. Isolate. Clarity. Image. Clone. Cluttered. Crop. Opacity. Saturation. Patchy. Blurred. Task 2. Match the pictures. You will see 3 groups of things: pictures, names, and descriptions of Photoshop tools. Match them. The brush tool named Source. Selection tools. Pictures. Descriptions. These tools are ones of the most basic functions of Photoshop. They let you directly focus on one area of an image in any shape that you wish. You can outline an area and then apply different effects to that particular area. Say you have a portrait of a person standing with a house or sky in the background. You can outline objects in rectangular areas, elliptical areas, and other ways. This tool lets you select and alter the colors and opacity of different layers. This comes in handy when you have photos with foreground and backgrounds of different color saturation. If you saturate the full image, the foreground may come out oversaturated or vice versa, so you want to isolate one or the other. You can use this tool over the areas that you'd like to remove in order to bring out the colors of the image to those areas alone. This is a great tool for covering out spots from your photograph. This includes such things as skin blemishes or other small spots around the photograph that you'd rather not include. This tool works great for areas where you can blur the same tone and color onto the spot you'd like to remove, like skin or sky. This tool is used to duplicate an area of the image. Imagine you have a photo of a view from a window, and one area of the window's edge is cluttered or blurred. You can use this tool to select an area that is crisp and uncluttered, replicate it, and layer it over the original area in order to repair it. Source: blog.udemy.com/how-to-use-Photoshop. D. Listening. Task: listen to your teacher carefully. Now, close your book and listen to your teacher reading a text about some tools in Photoshop. While listening to your teacher, make a note on the keywords. Share your note with your friend next to you. Discuss any difficult words that you find. Listen again to your teacher reading the text and complete your note. E. Reading comprehension. Task: read the text carefully. Read the text about Photoshop below. In turns, read it aloud. How to operate Photoshop. Tutorial for beginners. When you open Photoshop for the first time, it's easy to click around confusion for a minute, and then reach for your freelancer's phone number instead. With a little help, you can easily teach yourself how to use it to create beautiful, compelling graphics. All it takes is an introduction to core elements. To get you started, you need to understand how the 5 most important Photoshop tools work. The 5 tools are the Layer tool, the Color and Swatches tool, the Custom Fonts and the Text tool, Custom Brushes, and the Brush tool and the Crop tool. First, recognize how a Layer tool works. A layer can be used for an image, text, brush strokes, background colors, patterns, and filters. Layers are by far the most important element of Photoshop. Always name your layers. Keeping them organized will help keep you sane, especially if you find yourself working on a project with a large number of layers. With layers, you can select, add, delete, and duplicate them. You can also do all sorts of cool things, such as making animated pictures. Then, make sure you know how the Color and Swatches tool operates. The tool lets you use, modify, copy, and save custom colors for your content. It has powerful features that will keep your visual content vibrant and unify your color schemes. To create your own custom color, open the Color Picker by double-clicking on the top box either in the Color module or in that menu on the left. Then, you'll see a vertical spectrum off color with a slider on it. WHCH you can adjust to create your own custom color. Third, change text using the custom fonts and the text tools. The text tools let you add custom fonts to your database, and it gives you access to advanced font settings that give your texts some serious style. Once you click the text tool icon, all of the setting and fonts will pop up at the top of your screen. These settings let you change the font size, and spacing between characters, height, width, color, and style. Be sure to select the layer AF your desired text to edit it. To add text to your graphic, click the T icon on the left sidebar. Drag the text box over any particular area you want text to appear, and you're set to go. Fourth, to achieve a number of different visual effects, change the size, shape, and transparency of your brush stroke using custom brushes and brush tools. Once you click the brush tools icon, all of the setting and brush option will pop up at the top of your screen. These settings let you change the brush size, opacity, flow, and so on. You will find a variety of pre-installed brush tips, as well as any custom brush tips you install to Photoshop. The next tool to use in Photoshop is Crop tool. The Crop tool lets you crop an image. It works like any crop tool you've ever encountered. Simply choose your area and crop it out. To use the Crop tool, select the item indicated in the screenshot from the side menu bar, and drag the box over the area you would like to crop. To adjust the crop box, simply click and drag the anchor boxes on the sides and corners of the crop box. Task 2. Do the comprehension questions by referring to the text about Photoshop above. 1. How many Photoshop tools are introduced in the text above? 2. What is the most important element in Photoshop? 3. Why should you always label your layer? 4. What can you do with layers? 5. How can you customize your color in the Photoshop? 6. What should you do to add text to your photo? 7. Do you think custom brushes and the brush tools determine the position of the text? 8. If you want to show only part of your picture, what tool will you use? 9. Do you think the text is originally finished, or it has continued other information? 10. What further information do you need so that you can really operate Photoshop? F. Text structure. Task. Identify the text structure. Read the explanation about text structure of procedure text below. Then, identify the structure of the previous text in sub E. The preceding text about how to operate Photoshop, tutorial for beginners, is called a procedure. A procedure text aims at describing how something is done or made through a sequence of actions or steps. How are procedures written? In the model text, the title shows the goal that is the name of the procedure to be carried out, i.e., How to Operate Photoshop, Tutorial for Beginners. This is then followed with a list of materials that is a list of tools, which are needed to operate Photoshop. Each paragraph contains the information of what you should do to use each tool. This part refers to the procedure that is the steps to be followed in operating the program. A procedure text contains a lot of commands, imperative sentences, such as open the color picker by double-clicking, change texts using the custom fonts, click the T icon, etc., and time sequencers such as first, second, etc. Title goal. The first step. The second step. The third step. The fourth step. The fifth step. The sequencer step. G. Speaking. Task 1. Read and summarize the text. Read and find further information about more tips to improve your photo qualities by using Photoshop by opening the following link. blog.udemy.com/how-to-use-Photoshop. After that, summarize the tips that you get from the website. Name of tools procedures. Task 2. Have conversation in pairs. Now, work in pairs. By using the table above, tell your friends what you should do to operate each tool. Give the instructions in turns. Task 3. Present the procedures. Preparation. Find a text telling about procedures to operate a technological product or tips to use it. Read and make important notes on it. Practice to tell the procedures to your friends. Communicating the procedures, group work, bring the real technological product or picture of it. Work in groups of 4. Tell your friends in the group about how to operate the technological product or tips to use it. H. Reflection. At the end of this chapter, ask yourself the following questions to know your learning progress. 1. Do you find it difficult to give instructions on how to use technological products? 2. Do you find it difficult to follow instructions on how to use technological products? 3. Write your answer in the following columns. 4. Share your problems with your friends and teacher. Get solutions from them. Difficulties in giving instructions. Difficulties in following instructions. If your answer is no to one of these questions, see your teacher and discuss with him or her on how to make you understand and be able to write or talk about yourself better. End of Chapter 10.